Hello everyone, this is Rakesh Kapilas and today we are going to discuss 11th class business studies and the topic is business services. So what is business services? What is services? As we all know that commerce having two components. The first is trade and second is aids to trade. Aids to trade means auxiliaries and business services are the aids to trade. So first of all, we will try to understand the meaning of this business service. Business services or services are those activities which provide a very valuable help or valuable contribution in the smooth conduct of business. As we all know that trade is of different type like internal trade, external trade, whatever that is wholesale or retail. So in order to do that trade, the activities which help in the smooth functioning or smooth conduction of this business is called business services. And there are different types of business services which used to provide the contribution or which provide the help to attain the main objective of the business. That may be banking, that may be insurance, that may be transport, that may be warehouse or so on. So what will be the features of this business service? The very first feature you can understand in that category, that is intangible. These services are not visible, these cannot be seen, but the impact of these services can be seen. So these are intangible. Second is heterogeneous. Heterogeneous means two services can never be same. Like I am teaching, I may teach something different today, but the teaching tomorrow on the next day it may not be same. When the two things are not similar, not identical, these are called heterogeneous. The next is not storable. Just like in case of goods, services cannot be stored. Once the services is being given, it will be over. Next, not transferable. You cannot transfer the services from one person to another person. Like if anybody is a doctor, then you cannot, you can say, detach his quality to provide the services from that professional. Then next is consumer participation. In case of business services, consumer participation is must. Suppose I am teaching, then my services will be valuable only if the student is, you can say, studying. If student is getting, if doctor is giving the treatment, then there should be a patient. So in this business service, there should be participation on the part of another who is, you can say, the service getter, who will get the services. So these are the features. Now there may be different, as I am telling you, there may be different types of services or aids to trade like banking, insurance, warehouse, transport, etc, etc. So today we will start the very first, that is banking. In order to understand the banking, first of all we should try to understand what is bank. Bank is a total of 4 alphabets, B, A, N, K. So these 4 alphabets stands for the different types of services or functions performed by the bank. B stands for borrowing, A stands for accepting, N stands for negotiating, and K stands for keeping. So a bank is that institution who accept the deposit from customer and who grant that deposit in form of loan to other public. The main function of this bank may be borrow and accept. And banking, what is banking? The institution which provide the services of borrow and accept is called banking service, right? Then after going through the meaning of this bank, we should try to understand the different types of banks. First of all, we can categorize them on the basis of ownership. On the basis of ownership. On the basis of ownership, very first bank may be public bank. Public bank means those banks which having the control, which are being controlled by the government, either by partially, either completely. Public bank, like you can take the example of Punjab National Bank, State Bank of India, all other banks. Second category, private banks. These banks are those which are owned, controlled and managed by the private bodies. You can take the examples of HDFC, you can take the example of Axis Bank. These are the private. Third bank is cooperative bank, and cooperative banks are called state level bank. These are owned by the state. Like in You can take the example like in Punjab Gramin Vikas Bank. In Himachal, you can take the Kangra Central Cooperative Bank. These are the cooperative banks. Second, now you can categorize them on the basis of functions. So on the basis of function, the banks may be commercial. Commercial banks are those banks which used to deal with the public, like Punjab National Bank, State Bank of India, Union Bank of India, right, and so on. Second, industrial bank. Industrial banks are those banks which are specially designed to provide the financial assistance to the industries. And basically in our India, these are the some of the banks we use to provide the financial assistance, especially for the industries. The very first is SIDBI. SIDBI stands for Small Scale Industry Development Bank of India. Then IDBI, Industrial Development Bank of India, and next is ICICI, Industrial Credit Investment Corporation of India, right? So these are the industrial bank. Then you may find the agriculture banks. There may be special, there are some special banks which used to provide the help only to the agriculture sector. And you can take the example of NABARD, right? National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, that is agriculture bank. Then there are something specific bank like EXIM. EXIM stands for Export and Import Bank. Those banks which used to provide the very valuable financial support to the export and import category, import and export activities in particular country like in India, that will called EXIM Bank. So this is all about what you have discussed here. What is business service features, banking, types of banks, and what are the different types of banks you can categorize on the basis of ownership or on the basis of functions. Okay, and in the next lecture we will try to understand what are the different types of you can say functions performed by the commercial bank and functions performed by the central bank. There may be one central bank, that is RBI, and in the next coming we will try to understand. I hope you all have understood all these things. Okay.